Hey, it's Billy D, Cascade Hoops Talk. Matt Daniel here, Cumberlands, the University of the Cumberlands.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know if we got the like Ohio State, but University of the Cumberlands. Yes, sir.
Well, it's either the or it's not the.
I,
The
I,
University of the Cumberlands.
yeah, I guess so.
Anyway, it's not Cumberland. I know that.
You got that one. That's right. That's right. That's somebody else.
So this year in the Mid South is a little bit different year. Freed Hardeman got a big jump on everybody and kind of took charge. Normally it's a lot tighter race, but I thought you and Georgetown kind of had similar years where you'd get hot, you'd win some, and then you drop like one, like holy crap, did they drop that one? And so it was I think it was a little tougher year than what you normally have. But you're here still in Kansas City. So what does it mean to go through a year that's not? I don't mean it bad, but it wasn't a banner year. It wasn't one of the years that you go, oh, that was a dream season. But you still toughed it out and you made it to Kansas City.
Yeah, I think when you go through, some adversity, we had some adversity this year, and when you go through it, and you get to the other side and you get to this point of the season, it's sometimes a little bit more gratifying. Last year was a little bit similar. We had some non-conference losses last season. Northwestern beat us pretty handily, and Ave beat us down at the show. We lost to Rio, we lost to Johnson in the non-conference. We had 4 or 5 non-conference losses, and then did really good in the conference season. This year was just the opposite. We ran through the non-conference. Our only non-conference loss was to Pikeville, a really good Pikeville team at Pikeville, but had some struggles in our league. And I think it does. It's a testament to how good I think our conference is. Obviously, Freed was phenomenal. They've been phenomenal all year, and deserve all the recognition that they get. But the other teams in our league were really good too. All the way 2-7. I thought was a really evenly matched as we've been in some time, and it showed out in the results. And I say we had some hard times. Some of those hard times were just other teams played really well when they played us. You look at a team like obviously Georgetown, but Lindsay beat us at their place in their national tournament team. Bethel beat us twice, beat us at their place, and in the conference tournament, their national tournament team. Campbellsville was right there, and Cumberland made really good strides as well. So all 7 teams in our league were really quality. Obviously, Freed separated themselves, but the rest of us, I thought, I had really good teams as well.
So I was just teasing you before we started. You hosted, and you almost didn't get past that first round. I mean, Indiana Tech is a great program. Ted Albert does a great job. Boy, they gave you – that was a tight game.
Yeah, obviously the final score I don't think was indicative of the game. He ended up getting it to double figures. A lot of that was free throws late, and we went on a big run late in the game. But it was a 1-possession game all the way down below the 10-minute mark in the second half, and it was just back and forth. And they made plays, and we made plays. It was a really good college basketball game. I felt like, and again, you said it, but Indiana Tech's got just a really good program, and Coach Albert's done a fantastic job for a long time. And we talked about it. Davison and Fugate are 2 of the best players. Had they not maybe gone through some of their struggles mid-year, they'd have been higher on the seed line, I think, no doubt. We would probably wouldn't even played them. And they could be a team that, I look at the teams here, I think you look at them and they're a team that could definitely be here. And obviously William Carey too. Obviously we that game was a little bit different. We played probably our best game all year, got really hot and did a good job guarding early. But William Carey, won that league going away regular season, and just what an incredible year they had. So it was a really, really tough pod. And obviously, anytime you get to have it at home and put yourself in a position with a resume to be the home team, obviously I think it means a lot.
We were talking again before we started, but Kyle Duke, every night I pull the stats, and Kyle Duke, but that's a face I put up on my screen a lot of times this year. He have 21, which is a lot to average. That means you have some big nights to average 21. 21 and 4, 43% from 3, 87% from the line. I said it all day, haven't I, Paul? I love a guy who shoots a free throw.
Yeah. He's had a special year. Obviously, just a 1-year guy for us, and just an outstanding kid, an outstanding competitor, and we're just happy that he chose to finish his career with us. And I don't have enough good things to say about him. Obviously, he's tremendously talented, really skilled at putting the ball in the hole, but has done a good job as a leader for our group and helping us get to where we wanted to go. And just an awesome year. Like you said, 21 a game. You don't just that doesn't just happen. You've got to have some ability, and he's a worker. He works at his game all the time and wants to be really good. And I think when you see a guy that puts in that kind of time, have that kind of success, it's gratifying for him.
A couple other guys I want to mention, and we'll talk about others. But Andrew McConnell, he's a senior, 13-4, 38%. He shot 200 threes, 238%.
Yeah,
he can fill it up, can't he?
Yeah, we like that line a lot. You know, we shoot a lot of threes, and Drew fits into that, you know, really well. Drew, his whole college career has been, you know, plagued with some injuries at different stops, and you know, this year is really the first year. Last year a little bit when he was at USC Upstate, but this year's the first year that he's been, you know, primarily healthy. He still had some bumps along the way, had to miss a game, and so things like that. But you know, same thing. Just an awesome kid. Really worked and really bought into what we wanted him to do, and have the ball in his hands and be the point guard. Again, just had a great year. But you know, I couldn't ask for two better guys to come in the situations that they did and have the years that they have. It's been really special. And again, just great people. You know, great guys to add into our program, and you know, they'll be Cumberlands guys forever.
Yeah. Two juniors I wrote down, Brant Smithers, 200 threes. I think he shoots 40%. And then a Javecchio Thomas, who just does a lot of things for you. He's been a real key piece.
Yeah, both those guys have been.
They're only juniors.
Yeah, huge rush. And Brant, Kentucky kid, you know, out of high school, we didn't recruit him a ton out of high school, and he went off to West Virginia Tech and wanted to be a little bit closer to home, and you know, we weren't going to miss a second try.
We weren't going
to miss that. You know, obviously, just the way he shoots it is very unique, kind of like you said with Drew and Kyle, both those guys. But Brant, you know, is the best shooter that I've been around. You know, as a coach or a player at Cumberlands, he can really fill that thing up, and you know, it's important to our team. And he's, again, I know I sound like a broken record, but a fantastic kid, and about the right things, and you know, is going to graduate this year, even though he's still got another year to go, but going to get his degree, and has been a great student. And then Javecchio, JT, you know, same thing, just has had an unbelievable year. You know, kind of doing a little bit of everything. You know, kind of, you know, can play out on the floor, doesn't mind to mix it up. You know, attacks the rim. You know, offensively tries to protect the rim for us, some defensively, and has just done whatever we asked him to do, whatever position we asked him to be in, he does it, and doesn't ask questions, just does the best he can.
You know, Matt, you were talking about, you said, I'm going to say it again, a broken record, a great kid. But when you're around NAI basketball, team after team after team, really loaded with great guys. You know, if you watch a game from afar, like if it's your opponent, you don't like any of the five guys on the court, right?
Yeah.
But once you get to know, there's very, very few knuckleheads, I would call them. I mean, it's at this level, they're really mostly they're students. Yeah. They're good people.
Yeah, well, we've been so fortunate. You know, we've had a lot of great guys, and you know, guys that we've had and maintained relationships with. But you know, we joke in recruiting. You know, my kids are going to be around. You know, they're going to be. I've got 3 little boys that are here this week, and they always travel with us. And Coach Bush is a little boy. He's around us all the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, we say it. You know, if you don't like little kids, you don't like being little kids, and you don't want to be a role model to our kids, you know, this is maybe not the place for you. And so, you know, I think that's really important to us. And when we're recruiting, is we want to have guys, you know, in our program that we want around our families, because they're going to be, you know, I mean, they're going to be a big part of it. You know, we all rode on the same charter bus yesterday, and they're going to be around our team a lot. So, you know, having guys that you know, you want to be around and you want your family around, I think is really important.
One thing, when I look at your team, one thing that really stood out to me is you distribute the ball really well, but you don't have like one guy who distributes it. You had, I think, 4 or 5 guys that have over 65 assists. Talk about, you know, you guys are very unselfish.
Yeah, we try to be, obviously build that. Again, same thing. I think it goes to having the right kind of guys, having the guys that want to be about winning, want to do the things that you want them to do. But you know, the style we try to play offensively, obviously we play with some pace, and you know, we work a lot on, you know, our play after the play stuff, and moving the ball is really important to us, and not letting it stick in one guy's hands is you know, been a kind of a key tenet in our program, specifically these last 3 years when we've made our trips to Kansas City. And I think that shows with the numbers. You know, still sometimes it does get stuck on occasion a little more than we'd like, but just our guys' willingness to help each other get, you know, give up a good shot to get a great shot has been really important to our success.
And then there's second thing that jumps out at me is you take care of the basketball. You only have one guy that has a negative assist to turnover ratio, as him personally. And I think it's 38-31 or 31-38, which isn't bad. And another guy who only played 10 minutes or something. Everybody on your team takes care of the ball. They share it more than they lose it. Let's just put it that way.
Well, it's the same thing. You know, I mean, basketball is, you at its core, a pretty simple game. Get good shots on goal, play really hard, and obviously offensively, take care of it. You want to get, can't shoot it if you're turning it over. And so we put a premium on guys that value it and understand it. And, if we turn the ball over in practice, it doesn't go unnoticed. We don't do it. We take that very seriously. So, I think it's shown through with our style. And that's, again, same thing the last couple of years. We've just been low turnover, high assist team, and I think that's led to success.
You have a tough draw to start. Grace Lancers, very, very good basketball team. They can score the ball. They have a ton of guys who can score the ball, and they defend really well. You guys have performed well defensively all year. You're out rebounding teams by 6. When you look at these teams, I don't have to tell you Grace is good. Grace is good. But when you look at this and you play Friday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When you look at your Friday matchup, what do you look at when you look at the Lancers?
Well, you're right. I do know Grace is good. They've got a fantastic team, and Scott's done a fantastic job just with the program. And they've got even before, just a long history of being really good. But I look across and I look at the other, take us and them out, and I look at the other 14 teams. They're all really good. If you get to this point, you've got a really good team. And so, I think that's the thing is you put yourself in a position to get here, regardless of who you play. You put everything you have into it. You give your best effort, and we tell our guys all the time. Put your heart and soul into something. The result is the result. You just give it everything you got, and whatever happens, happens. And I fully believe that.
Focus on the process
Absolutely.
More than the result. Yeah. One thing I asked you this a little bit right at the start, but I want to ask you, for you and your program is really family oriented, big time. You talked about that. For you and the school, what does it mean for you to get back here again?
Yeah, everything. It's again, making the national tournament in general is great. If you're one of the 64 teams in the new, I shouldn't even call it the new format. It's how we've been doing it now for 5-6 years. But to be part of the 64 teams, that's special. But to get to the final site, to get to Kansas City, to get to play Municipal, I can't even put into words just how great it is. And like you mentioned, just our program means the world to me. Obviously, playing in it and an assistant coach for Coach Butcher before our program means everything. Our school means everything to me because I went to our school.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So our basketball, our history, our tradition. Again, it means a lot, and so when you do well, it's gratifying. I'm humbled just to have the opportunity to lead our program. I mean that. Just our athletic department and our school in general is just so, again, just fantastic. It's a fantastic place to work, and I just love it so much.
And I'm assuming you feel a big responsibility to do well for that program because it's so important to you.
Yeah, just to represent. Not even just to represent our program, but to represent our school. And what our school stands for is really gratifying.
Well, I know you're really busy. I appreciate you making time and coming down here this morning. Thank you very much.
It means the world that you would have me. And obviously, again, I say it every time, but thank you for all you do for us and small college basketball. And we need more people like you. And it's just, again, anytime I can do anything for you, just to ask.
I appreciate that. Those words mean more than you'll ever know. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
That's Matt Daniel, University of the Cumberlands.